Hey guys, it is Ian with Big Tex Ordnance, and I'm here with Andrew from Surefire, and we are at the 2024 Surefire Showdown at the Cicada Ranch in Georgetown, Texas.
Yeah.
Andrew, let's talk.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you coming out, first of all.
Thank you for the invite.
So we've been doing some practical shooting concepts, some low light stuff with Matt Pranka. What do you think of the class so far?
It's been good. I've never shot with Matt before, and great instructor. I mean, USPSA GM, former Delta dude, correct? And I mean, just great shooter, knowledge bombs all weekend, a lot of practical shooting on the move stuff, a lot of low light and a lot of red dot stuff. I mean, it's been a great class so far.
Yeah,
so.
it's a ton of information. I mean, you know, all at once, it's like you're trying to take note of this thing, trying to take note of this thing. There's no chance we're going to implement everything inside of a course, but it's a lot of good points to write down, make note of, to work on back at home in dry fire or, you know, on the range.
I know he corrected me on some grip issues the other day, and I since then I've really been focusing on my grip, and it's just like already improved over the last day and a half of that, and it's like something I'm really paying attention to more, and it's been like a huge help. Something just very minor, and it's like, oh wow, that makes sense on what I'm doing.
Yeah, the way he conceptualizes like the durability, well, the important points of grip, but for me it's like durability.
Yeah.
And that I think is my problem, which is like, you know, it's either going one way or the other, meaning I'm either building tension, which he's identified, you know, or my grip is, you know, slowly loosening up over a string. But the consistent and durable grip is what's gonna, you know, win stuff.
Yeah, and that's what mine was. I was almost like squeezing the crap out of the pistol at times, and it was like, what is going on? What am I doing? And it's like, hey, this is what, correct that. This is what's going on. Pay attention to that. And like, I've already seen a pretty good.
Yeah, there's so many different points. I think, you know, there's so many takeaways, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
You got a sneak peek at our new XC3.
Yes.
What'd you think of that?
I liked it for the size. The output was great. The whole beam pattern itself. You had that hot spot, but then you also had that spill where you could see what was kind of going outside the target. We were at, you know, different yardages last night, 25, 10, 15. And it was great. I like the footprint of it. I like the idea that it's going to fit into current holsters, and you're not going to have to go out and find a new holster for new light. That's clutch.
Yeah.
And yeah, I liked it.
We're super excited about it. I was happy to get a little bit of trigger time. Activating that switch, not just, you know, in a room at a dry fire target.
Yeah.
Actually shooting it live, and you know, I'm pretty happy with the switching. I think it's super intuitive. I was surprised at how fast I was able to pretty consistently activate it.
I like the switches, the different how you can activate it as well.
Right.
Like that is
the
2 levels of activation. So if you're bumping it with your thumb or coming over the top, you're gonna get a positive turn on of that light.
Yeah, we're super excited about it.
Yeah. And then last night, I mean, we were tearing it up with X300s too.
Oh yeah.
And that was actually really cool to see too. Like, you guys just came out with the turbo line this year, correct?
Yep. Well, actually, it was a year or so ago, but yeah. And then we had both turbos and ultras on the line, so people could kind of see, you know, pros and cons for each. They're still both great lights. People we get asked a lot, are you know, discontinuing the ultras? Are you moving everything to turbo? Because that's kind of the hot thing right now. But no, I mean, ultras definitely still have a place, and I think you saw it last night as well. Yeah, I mean, it was really cool being on the line, you know, with 12 of us, and everyone has a different light, and really seeing, like you said, the pros and cons, and then the horsepower of the turbo being able to punch out, and then that wide pattern of the ultra and just lighting up that whole range. But then also comparing it to the X3 or XC3 that's coming out soon. That having all three next to each other on the line was really cool to compare them, and then also see like, hey, that's a pretty good little package you guys got coming out. Yeah,
so
we're excited about it.
Nice.
And then we also shot that stage. How'd you do?
The stage behind us, it was good. I don't do a lot of like USPSA style shooting, and I always learn something. You know, watching Matt stage plan, like I'm just sitting back at the table over there and just watching him plan that stage out in his head. Watching Josh do that is like, that's just super knowledge bombs that, like, not even saying anything and just standing there watching you guys work through that and the thought process of like, okay, you know, you can tell when Matt's gonna want to read it. You can, his footwork. I mean, that was great. I missed the target, which kind of sucks because I've been shooting pretty decent all weekend. and that missed target kind of little stab in the gut, but it's hidden pretty well. I don't know if you guys will be able to see that at all.
And that's part of it, man. People think, that's a game thing to do, which is just, you'll intentionally, many times on matches, see a target that's easy to pass. And part of that is just, doing stuff over and over again so you're not maybe so stressed out, but then also, remembering everything and executing it all is having free brain space with the shooting running in the background. Right? And so, like, the better you can, I think, progress that skill, I think it translates to everything else in life. Whether it's, actual practical shooting or potentially defensive shooting. If you can have harder, or better hard skills drilled into you and a little bit more, processing speed available, I think that's a big advantage.
And it's funny you talk about, like, brain power. Like, last night, I'm not a huge 2011 shooter. I'm a Glock guy pretty much.
Yep, me too.
And, like, hitting the switch on the X300 and then deactivating the safety at, like, one point I was like, like, brain overload. Like, Ian, you're just hitting 2 switches, but, like, trying to do them at the same time or one after another, or hit the light first and the thumb switch, the safety. It's like, I had a couple times I was like, oh my God, this should not be this hard. Like, what is going on? But it was just,
Yep, I'm pretty dyslexic. I was unable to do that as well, which is like the same hand. So I was for sure more comfortable and consistent with just doing, 2 hands. So I would do, obviously, thumb safety of the 2011, and then I would go left side constant on as my hands came together in the draw stroke. It was working out pretty decently to me. I tried that other way of doing it. I tried the other way in the beginning, and it's I could not consistently get that done. I'm just like you said,
it's just brain overload, and it's like something, but it's like brain overload on that too. When you're like, when you're really trying to, like, hey, I can't step out of this line. There's no shoots. There's, the angles of shooting. It's all just like working that brain math problem in your head on doing it all. So no, it's been a great event. Awesome. Great weekend, great weather. Super cool range. So thank you. Thank you very much for coming out. Appreciate you. Thank you guys. Love you.